Alright guys, so every once in a while you know that I will take aim at like stupid publications, you know, journalistic articles, weird scientific studies, or just any kind of study that I think is stupid. You know, I did it with the really stupid one about hot ones. I've talked about, you know, I've done it before. And today I must turn my attention to Fox News and their very stupid reporting on Jamie Lee Curtis, otherwise known as the female lead in Halloween, in the new one especially, and she's back from the original. You know, Jamie Lee Curtis, some of you might know her from Freaky Friday. Lovely woman, it seems. Might remember her from some Activia commercials that seem to occur a lot. Jamie Lee Curtis wields firearm in new Halloween movie despite advocating for gun control. It is a movie! Alright, but let's see what they have to say here. Maybe they're just, I don't know. There's nothing they can say here. So, Jamie's got a gun in the latest Hollywood reboot. I bet whoever wrote that was like, I'm a genius. In the 11th installment of the horror film series, Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, is seen wielding firearms. And they have like a link that'll probably, you know, lead to the trailer where she's, you know, shooting a bunch of dolls and stuff. Or mannequins, in her quest to kill the film's legendary villain, Michael Myers. You know, the serial killer that just hunts with impunity, like will literally just kill people with no consideration, thought. He's literally just an unstoppable assassin moving force. And it's like at one point she shoots at him as he's standing in front of a window. Actually, I corrected that for them. They say at one point she shoots him as he's standing in front of a window. It's a reflection. But whatever, that's semantics here. But Curtis's on-screen actions stand in contrast to her real-life persona as an advocate for gun control. It's a movie! One of several Hollywood actors who use firearms in their films while preaching against them away from the set. Yes, I hate it when actors do things that are staunchly against their personal beliefs. Because we all know that because Jeremy Renner played Jeffrey Dahmer in a movie, he secretly kills people and cuts them open and does weird things with the bodies. Because that's how movies work. You can only accept roles in which you play accurate representations of yourself and your beliefs. I'm sure Jake Gyllenhaal is exactly like this character in Nightcrawler, you know? It's just like everything. It's just perfect representations. You know, anytime somebody does drugs in a movie, of course, the actor. Drug addicts. Hey, just Ryan Gosling? He's not an astronaut. Like, it just has to be exhausting to spend your life looking for things like this to write about every single day and to have to try to find things to spin angles on. Like, not even every single day, but just constantly. Like, I guess I can kind of understand, you know, we have to try to find fun ways to make YouTube videos every single day. And, well, not every single day, but some people do. But it's like, I understand that sometimes you gotta reach for things, but there hits a point where you're being stupid, Louis. Like, does it not get tiring being this way? Like, it has to. It has to be nauseating. Or they get off on it. It's one of the two. I haven't decided yet. And then it just really goes on to say, like, in light of several high-profile mass shootings, Curtis has voiced her support for gun reform legislation. But she's also appeared in such films as True Lies, Virus, Halloween 2, and Blue Steel, where she uses firearms multiple times. Because yes, defending yourself against a literal serial killer, assassin-style murderer, myth, horror movie icon is the same as being like, hey, you know what? You know, maybe there should be a little bit more, you know, legislation work in behind people getting guns. Maybe there should be a little bit more, you know, due process and education involved in receiving a firearm. But no, yeah, she would have to turn down any role that involves her using a gun, even if it's in a horror slasher film like Halloween. I think my favorite comment in regards to this was when somebody said, what do they expect her to do? Feed Michael Myers Activia until he shits himself to death? Because obviously if you can only represent what you're passionate about in real life in movies, obviously that's the only thing you can make a stand about in movies. They even say, while Curtis is in favor of gun control legislation, she apparently isn't entirely anti-gun, and then shows her at a like shooting range in January. Like, there is, like, I want to say that there is a difference between being anti-gun and being pro-gun legislation. It's very different in my opinion. Like, I'm not American, so my opinion doesn't matter there, but like, I can totally understand how someone can both be okay with people having firearms, but being more in favor of like, just better legislation involving it and better policies in regards to it. And then I think Ted Cruz tried to like link it to global warming and stuff and about, you know, just like hypocrisy there, even though We all know that, like, I think it's like something like 70% of emissions of stuff like that come from major corporations, not individuals. So, you know, let's ignore that. But let's jump over. What did she have to say about it? Yeah, so Liam Tate said, here, I shortened your headline for you. Actor acts, which is basically what it comes down to. Actor is acting in a movie that does not necessarily represent her real life. So she would actually clarify, it was just really silly because they were trying to make a point without ever asking me what I really think and what I think might surprise them, which I think they showed some of the stuff that should have answered their question in that original article and just didn't, well, they probably did put the pieces together, but still just decided to release the article to get those people that would jump on it and be like, yes, freaking hypocrites. So she went on to say that she supports not only the Second Amendment, but common sense gun laws as well, acknowledging that she's vocal about common sense gun safety and gun laws, but that doesn't mean she's anti-gun. So she went on to say, I fully support the Bill of Rights and fully support the Second Amendment and have absolutely no problem with people owning firearms if they have been trained, I agree, licensed, and a background check has been conducted. Those are the big things for me, is that people need proper training, licensing, and obviously background checks. And then a pause button has been pushed to give time for that process to take place. Because yes, sometimes I think it was Tony Moore, who's the original artist for Walking Dead. He was doing a panel here where they were doing like a draw off. And he's pro-gun, you know, he and his wife have guns, but he was just commenting on how fast and easy it was for his wife to get a gun. It was like a 20-minute process. He was in disbelief that it was that easy for her to acquire a gun. And I think that's just the thing, is that there's no reason for it to be as fast as it is. And then she also said that they have to renew their license just like we do with automobiles, which I agree with that. That's how it works in Canada, and it just makes sense. So yeah, ultimately just a really stupid, baity article that was just asinine in nature, just completely. It's like really one of the most ridiculous headlines I've seen recently. I don't even know what else to say about it. But yeah, it's like they went after somebody who they thought was like very staunchly anti-gun or something, even though even their own article disproves what they're really trying to put out there. And you can tell it's one of those things where the headline is supposed to catch people and then people aren't supposed to go into that deeper dive into the article. I'm glad that she has responded in like a pretty mature way and articulated her feelings and her thoughts. And I think that's what helps. I think getting people talking about it and just expressing that it's not just us against them, you know, black and white situation, but that there just needs to be changes. And not everybody's coming to try to like destroy a foundation. It's just changing the ways that you can access something. And that's what I agree with. But yeah, article, stupid, in my opinion, just very, very, very stupid. And if some of you think that this might have been like an editorial piece, no, this is actually in their politics section. Not their current events or like pop culture or culture area. It is in the politics section, and it was written by Louis Cassiano. But yeah, that is gonna do it for today's video. If you have any thoughts, please leave them down below. Again, this isn't really supposed to be like a gun debate thing. It's just really supposed to be pointing out how stupid the concept of this article even was. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Also, I'm going to be gone from Thursday to next Wednesday. So from this Thursday, the 25th, until Wednesday, the 31st. I'm still gonna try to have uploads coming out in that time. So you might not even realize that I was gone, but people looking for streams, there might be some from the event. I'm going to TwitchCon, so I'm gonna be in California for the duration of that time. I'm going to do my best to try to you know, keep up everything on the YouTube channel as normal. So this probably doesn't matter to you, but just letting you know, if it looks like I'm not around on stream, that is why. If you want to keep up with me and my adventures, make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, pretty much everywhere is Amanda the Jedi. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. I'll catch you all later.